We are live.
Start your show now. Press 1. To hear important instructions, press 2.
Coming.
Your show is scheduled to start in 23 seconds.
We're starting here in 23 seconds. Bear with me. Trying to get the coordination together here with all that we're doing. So we're going to go live here in 12, 10, 9, 8,
Your
7,
show will go live in 5
5,
seconds. 4,
3,
3,
2,
2,
1.
1. Blog Talk Radio.
The information you hear on the Nutrition Shop's Health Talk with Dr. Len is intended to be educational and not intended to diagnose or treat disease. Individual concerns should be addressed to your health professional. It's time for the Nutrition Shop's Health Talk with registered pharmacist, clinical nutritionist, and naturopathic doctor, Dr. Len Branswitz. He's here to use his knowledge to impact your health and change your life. Get more information on the website at thenutritionshop.net. Right now, you can call the Nutrition Shop's Health Talk at 347-989-8205. That's 347-989-8205. And now your host for the Nutrition Shop's Health Talk, Dr. Len Branson.
Yeah, and that number is, if you're listening live, 347-989-8205. We're broadcasting on Blog Talk Radio and recording this on YouTube Live. Why am I going to YouTube Live? Because I think this is an important issue. You realize that in grocery stores, the biggest growing section overall is the gluten-free section. And I got to tell you, I want you to take a deep look inside yourself and tell me whether or not you've tried a gluten-free product. Or you know somebody in your inner circle that has their whole family on gluten-free. And they felt better. They lost weight. All the above. Yep, it is possible. But now a new article comes out of Australia saying this is good news for those that are wheat sensitive among us. So this is going to get a little confusing, but I want to make sure you understand the difference between wheat sensitive, gluten sensitive, and celiac disease, because most people clump them all together. So I want to make sure you understand that and give you some solutions if that sounds like you. We'll get started here in 1 minute. So let me ask you a question. What percentage of your diet, let's look at a 7-day window. How much wheat do you consume? Pizza? Pasta? Bread, donuts, cakes? It's listed as one of the greatest and most overabundant piece of the American diet. Now, let me define something here. Wheat sensitivity. Somebody who eats a piece of bread, plain white bread, and they have a reaction. They feel bloated, gassy, etc. The average person is going to say, I must be allergic to gluten, or I must be having a gluten problem. Now, keeping in mind, gluten is a protein that is typically added to wheat. It comes from wheat, but it's added to wheat and wheat products for smoothness, to let the final product be a lot more consistent. Now, when we look at that and say, what else does gluten do? Well, we know gluten from wheat when we just take old-fashioned gold medal flour and put it in a jar and add some water and stir it up and you have paste. It sticks together. So yes, that gluten in there is something that actually makes wheat products taste good, holds them together, makes them look better. But over the course of time, many people have started to develop a sensitivity to wheat. Now that's one thing. So I want to address that first because this article deals with wheat sensitivity. New research has heralded a promising step for sufferers of wheat sensitivity or even an allergy to wheat. How would you know? It's a blood test or a stool analysis. A joint project between the Edith Cowan University in Australia has revealed key insights about the proteins causing two of the most common types of wheat sensitivity. Non-celiac wheat sensitivity, and another one called occupational asthma or baker's asthma. I never heard of that. With an estimated 10% of people suffering from wheat sensitivity or allergies. So out of the whole population of the United States, 330 million people, 10% are sensitive to wheat. 1 out of 10 people, could be you, causes a raft of chronic health issues. Researchers are developing tests which will help the production of low allergen wheat varieties in the future. So we're going to try to get this to the grocery, to the bakers, to try to help you. ECU professor of food and agricultural Michelle Colgrave led the investigation. We have known for a long time that certain wheat proteins can trigger an immune response in some people, but now we've developed a way to detect and quantify these proteins. We looked at a group of proteins called alpha amylase trypsin inhibitors, ATIs. Remember the word amylase, which are known to trigger the intestinal inflammation and chronic ailments associated with wheat intolerance. So if you have this enzyme in your body, which breaks down this digestive enzyme that comes out of your pancreas called amylase. So what happens when it breaks down? You don't have enough of it. Don't have enough of it, guess what? You will develop a sensitivity to wheat. These ATI proteins are commonly found in wheat and play an important role in plant defense against pests. So they put it in there so that the wheat doesn't get eaten by bugs. It also acts as an important nutrient for growth so that the wheat grows better and stronger. The research has resulted in a reference map of wheat ATI proteins across a diverse range of wheat varieties. The researchers developed an innovative new technique to specifically measure 18 of these proteins. This is a promising step toward future wheat breeding programs that aim to produce safe and healthy wheat varieties to meet the needs of consumers that currently rely on total wheat avoidance. Now, again, when you look at the food groups and the natural food groups, when we talk about somebody taking care of themselves, we often talk about how important whole grains are. And now a lot of you have gone to other sources, quinoas, etc. But again, you get a good whole grain, not whole wheat, whole grain bread. It can be good for you. So when we say that 10% of the world's individuals have a wheat sensitivity, now out of that, 30% of that group could be having a sensitivity to gluten. Sensitivity. So 30% of the 10% sensitivity. Now, that can be checked. The newest blood checks that are out there, you don't need to write this down. Go back and listen to it again and write it down, called HLA-DQ, like Dairy Queen. HLA-DQ2, HLA-DQ8. 2 blood tests that are looking for antigens in your blood that make you susceptible and can identify you as being a celiac patient. What happens in celiac is your own immune system is so overly targeted that once that gluten hits the colon, we start this massive immune response that can cause crampingness, irritation, loose stool, diarrhea, even bleeding. So it's nothing to be scuffed at. Now, keeping in mind, too, you may say, well, can I be tested just for gluten intolerance? Not celiac. That's celiacs. That's 2 to 3% of the population. It's a small grouping. But right now, there is currently no testing for gluten intolerance that says, I eat gluten, I feel bloated. Most people do. Now, let me give you a perspective from here, from me. This piece of information that was published, let's see, where did they publish this? Journal of Proteome Research. Identification and quantification of amylase, trypsin inhibitors across cultivars representing diversity of bred wheat. Amylase. So theoretically, follow my train of thought. Theoretically, if you think you're in that category, if these whole grain products still cause you problems, and I want to get the advantages of the whole grain into my system, would it not make sense to consume amylase prior to consuming that? Enzyme forte, Foster Regal, pancreatin-containing protease, amylase, lipase, and cellulase, papain, and bile extracts to help your digestion, to support you around having something like that become a major issue. If you want more information on that, by all means, give us a call. It's 678-228-8900, 678-228-8900. I'm not downplaying celiacs. I'm not downplaying gluten sensitivity. I'm not downplaying wheat sensitivity. But they are three separate entities that overlap at various junctures. Here's a little piece on Relax AM PM. Listen up.
What if I said to you, there's an all-natural relaxant with all natural ingredients, natural relief from muscle spasms, tension, and stress associated with leg cramps, fibromyalgia, muscle pain, PMS, menstrual cramps, neck and shoulder pain, mild insomnia, restless leg syndrome, lower back pain, back sprains, strains, pulled muscles, nervousness. And then I told you the prep's gluten-free, with an indication for temporary relief of muscle spasms, tension, and stress. 1 to 4 tablets a day as a muscle relaxant, 2 tablets every 3 hours if severe pain. Would that intrigue you? It's a prep that we have from our friends at Foster Regal, produced right here in the continental United States in our FDA-approved lab in Tennessee. It's called Relax AM PM. Relax AM PM. Non-drowsy during the day, but can really help with sleep at night. Relax AM PM, natural support for muscle tension and stress. If you're running into those kind of issues and having more issues that you can control other than with pharmaceuticals, give us a call at 678-228-8900. That's 678-228-8900. And let's get Relax AM PM into your hands and get the help that's needed. Take care.
Now that same number, 678-228-8900, will get you right to our staff, and you can find out more information on that Enzyme Forte prep. Again, a registered trademark product from our friends at Foster Regal in Tennessee. Wednesday on our show, we're going to have a very, very important show on the first real evidence that inherited genetics can drive the spread of cancer.
90 seconds.
So anybody you know that's in that battle, or maybe you just want to learn a little bit more about that, make sure you tune in Wednesday. Again, 678-228-8900 is the number to reach us off air. TheNutritionShop.net, THE, TheNutritionShop.net is the number of our website. Check it out there. All kind of information. Call and set up your own personal time now. I'll talk to you real soon, folks. God bless. Take care.
I hope you received your daily dose. Remember to go back and listen to this information again at blogtalkradio.com or at our website, TheNutritionShop.net.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.